1st and 10 now from the 30. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now the toss to Jones, running right. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Yards brings up 2nd down at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Davante Adams.
Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Lions nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
DeAndre Swift.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 24, Walker winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Green Bay.
Jamal Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Lions nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Not much there, only a yard. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Walker. And he finds Danny Amendola. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Amendola. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Operating from the gun, Walker. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Walker. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. He may try and run for this. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. P.J. Walker. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. 14-7.
Makes the score Packers 14, Lions 7. Matt Prater to kick off for the...
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The 27. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He was brought down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, Walker. Flushed out right. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometime.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
10 at their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd and 11 now. Walker. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Walker now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Muhammad, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers, he'll let it go deep for Foster. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Walker escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Thrown away and incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Walker. Taking a shot for Samuel. It'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride him maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off for the long touchdown run. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. On the handoff, this is Swift. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll buy some time right. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Here's Walker. Off play action. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at the...
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They run once more with Dillon. And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it. And the Lions have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Walker. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll run here with Swift. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
To Aaron Jones.
Danny Shelton's a former first-round pick out of the University of Washington on his 3rd team now, previously with the Bears and the Patriots. He made that play like the hit he put on the commissioner on draft night.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And it's 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
For the field goal, a 39-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Walker. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw is Walker, operating from the gun. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Walker. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Walker throwing on 4th down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. They run out of the gun with Swift. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 21-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, Walker. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Walker looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now Walker throwing on 4th down. That is caught at the 7. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And now he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. P.J. Walker with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Now he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
As most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Gain on the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right inside by Jones.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Amendola, he was the intended target, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Walker steps away to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
23 yards, the final tally.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Out of bounds at the
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Walker now from the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. That catch good for only a couple.
Curtis Samuel.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
At the Packers' 25-yard line.
To throw is Walker.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Ray Swift.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the gun, Walker. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
2nd and 11 now.
Operating from the gun.
Walker. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. That'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for T.J. Hawkinson. Incomplete. It's fourth down.
And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it would seem as if their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Today's final score.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road, how about all of that roll?